Now the lens visor helps you get the best angle for your subject and background outdoors. You want to be able to choose the best angle for your subject and the background, and flare can limit your angle. The lens visor helps you get the angle you want without flare. With weddings, if you're photographing a bride coming down the aisle at sunset and the sun is behind her, you will get flare. Photographing a wedding reception outdoors and walking around, some angles will have the sun behind the subject, which increases lens flare as well. You want clear images consistently. With sports, if you're photographing a baseball game where the sun is behind the players, you have to shoot from the front angle to see the players' faces, so you are shooting into the sun. Shooting soccer, your camera angle will change as they run up and down the field, and flare will increase in early morning and late afternoon games. With nature and scenic photographs, you can't move a mountain, trees, or flowers, so to get the best angle for your subject, you may be shooting towards the sun. The lens visor will help you control flare with all of these situations. Flare can limit your camera angles. The lens visor gives you more camera angles to work with. In the first photograph, you can see how we're getting flare in the lens at this camera angle. Using the lens visor allows you to get that same camera angle without flare. Now there are limits to be able to block flare. Shooting directly into the sun with the sun really low in the sky may be impossible to block the flare from the lens. Now the lens visor is a great solution for both personal and professional photography. When taking photographs for yourself, sometimes you may want to have some flare in the photograph as well as the ability to block flare using the lens visor for a clear photograph. As a professional, having the ability to block flare is so important as you are working for a client. If a client wants you to take a photograph early or late in the day from an angle that makes you shoot into the sun, you need to be able to control lens flare. Imagine a company wanting you to photograph their staff early in the morning before they open. They want the photograph in front of their building, and the sun is coming up behind the building, so you are shooting directly into the sun. If you are taking group photos at a wedding in front of an art setup and the sun is behind it, you're going to need to be able to have the lens visor to help you block the flare for clear group photographs. There are other situations that will come up in your career where you need to be able to control lens flare. If your client wants a clear photo, not a flared photo, you need to be able to deliver. Having them think that you don't know what you're doing and you're not a professional photographer will hurt your reputation. One of the worst feelings in the world is to have a problem on a photo shoot with the client watching and not be able to solve it. You can see this first shot here has all this flare in it, and if that's what you're handing the client and they wanted a clear photo, you miss the shot and you don't get paid. Looking at the second photo, you can see we used the lens visor to prevent lens flare, and we got the shot and we got paid. So having the lens visor when you're shooting professionally to be able to block lens flare is very important. The lens visor is available at B&H Photo. Simply go to their website and enter lens visor in the search bar, or click on the link below to order yours today.